So hello, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'll be taking you through how to basically process a topo map or process topo data. So I'll be showing you how we came from the bare points we picked in field to something like this. Okay, so with that, let's get into the video. So first things first, where is your data? You have to know where you saved your data, and two, you must ensure that this data is formed in and two, you must ensure that this data is saved in CSV format. As you see, the file extension on this file that has my topo points. So after that, you can just open this data to have a look and see how the data is arranged. So after picking your data from field, or if you just receive the data from someone, you must ensure that you organize it in such a format that is PNEZD. Or if at all you organize it in any other format, you must know this format so that you can easily import these points. Two, this data must be saved in form of should be saved in form of CSV. And then furthermore, you shouldn't have headings on this data because it won't be easily imported into Autocad. So with that, ensure that you close this file to prevent any issues while loading it into Autocad. So once you know where your data is, move on to Autocad. We shall create our new file where we're going to work from. So the first thing you do after creating the first thing you shall do after creating your new drawing, of course we shall save, but that's not something really important. I'm sure you know how to save. So the first thing you do after creating your drawing is move out to settings and go to drawing and right click on it and set the drawing settings. Okay, that's why it's very important to know where you surveyed the data from, or where the data came from, or in which coordinate system the data was picked. So in my case, this data was picked in Uganda, and then our coordinate system, that is at 1960 UTM zone 36. So this will help us later at a later stage when we're trying to overlay our data in Google Earth using a KML. So with that, after that, you can apply and press OK. So once you've set up your environment, the next thing you're going to do is to import our points. Using this option of points from file, click on this plus to browse to where your topo data is. Mine already comes automatically, but let me just run through the process again. Basically, I know where my data was. It was on the desktop, so I select desktop. Then after that, move over to the folder. Move over to the folder where my data is located. So I select the file, open. So once the tick comes, just know you're good to go. And then after that, like I told you, you have to know the format in which your data is organized. So my data is organized in PENZD format. I select that format. With that, press OK. And then I zoom to where the points have been imported. So the first thing I will do, basically, these points look a bit crowded and big. So I'll just basically reduce the size a bit. I think 0.5 will do. So after that, I apply and OK. So the next thing I will do after importing my points successfully into AutoCAD without doing any other further analysis or joining any points, I'll go ahead to create my surface. So to create my surface, I'll have to move from this window where I was, the settings window, to the prospector window. So in the prospector window, I'll right click on surface, and then I left click on surface, and then I go to create surface. So basically here you give your surface a name. So basically I'll call it Topo. Sure, the type is a thin surface for this case of doing a Topo, and then press OK. So with that, our surface will be created. If you click on this plus, you'll be able to see our new surface, which is Topo. So again, click on the plus aside Topo to go to definition, and scroll down to definition, and still on definition, click on this plus, and there scroll down to point groups. So under point groups, when you select point groups, right click on it and select add point groups, and select this point group in which we imported all our points. So by default, all the points we imported will always go into this point. By default, all the points we imported will always go into this point group. So just click on it, click on apply, then OK. So with that, our surface will be created. So the next thing I would urge you to do is to come and look at these contours. Do they look okay? So once you see contours crowded alongside each other, yet other contours are not that much crowded there, then you just know either there was an issue while picking that elevation or that elevation is false. So normally what I do is I first delete such a point and go over here to my surface and right click and select rebuild. Okay. See, once I rebuild the surface again, you realize that the contours here looked more. The squeezed contours disappeared. So such issues arise due to sometimes you pick data when the machine is in float or when it's a false system, basically. So we do the same for these other areas and see if there's any improvement. Yeah, I think also this. Yeah, so with that, our data now looks a bit more better. Yeah, so with that, our data looks a bit more better. So now basically I'll be continuing with the other section of our Topo processing in the next video. I just wanted to keep this video very short. So in today's video, what we have done today is 1, setting up your environment in Autocad that you're setting a coordinate system. 2, organizing your data in a format that can be imported into Autocad, that is CSV. 3, taking note of the order in which your data is organized. 4, how to import our data into Autocad. And 5, basically how to create a surface. And then finally analyzing the formed contours to check for any false elevations or contours that look to be wrong or squeezed together. So in the next video shall be continuing from there, and in the next video shall be basically now doing further processing to make sure that our topo now looks like the topo we had in the beginning. So in the next video we shall have contour smoothing, setting a better interval for our contours, and also adding breaklines and boundaries. So don't forget to like and subscribe so that when I drop the next video you get to know. And if at all until this point this video has really helped you, don't forget to leave a like, and thank you for watching.